Hello and welcome back to my wormery. If you've been following along, then you'll know that I'm pretty far along with this bin that's been in horizontal migration mode. It's not even a composting bin as far as I'm concerned anymore. It's a storage container for my completed castings, and you can see they're pretty well done, and they've been well done for a couple months now. 55 days actually, to be exact, almost 2 months. I've been thinking that it's time to harvest, and I want to introduce you to my new idea as far as where these worms are going to go today. So what I have decided to try was kind of a little mini bin. Normally I feed using this tray. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run a bin out of this cardboard shoebox. Underneath of it, there's going to be about this much space underneath because it rests on this little lip here. The box fits in there pretty nicely. And in time it'll sag down, it'll get wet and collapse down into the bin. But right underneath there, I'm just going to fill that up with like cardboard and leaves and stuff, some sort of good bedding that the worms can eventually get access to once the top portion soaks through, breaks through. And it seems like this little hole here should probably suffice for ventilation. Let's give it a try. I'm looking forward to getting this bin completed because it's early January now, and it's getting close to the time that I would want to be setting up my starter seeds for the garden this coming spring. And this vermicompost right here is already kind of earmarked for that purpose. Apologies for the poor lighting. It's kind of dark over here. And apologies for using a metal tool. Most people would cringe at the use of manipulating a worm bin with a metal tool, but like I said earlier, from my point of view, this is done castings, theoretically depopulated by this time, and all I'm doing is shoveling out the finished product. I brought the tray over here into the light so it's easier to see, and as you can tell, we're almost full here on this 5-gallon bucket, but I think we're going to be able to fit. We should be able to get all this into this external bucket. All right, that was pretty much a perfect fit. Filled up the bucket all the way. I think it's around 5 gallons. It's a really nice, sweet vermicompost. All right, and like I had it before, just right back on, and it wedges in there quite nicely. I mean, it's pretty much attached. Just a little something on the bottom. And then in come the worms. Let's line these up a little bit closer to one another, and I'm just picking these guys up and moving them out. I guess lucky for the worms they're not getting blasted by light right now, since I'm working in a somewhat darker space than I normally do. So for the past month and a half, 2 months, this has been the feeding zone for this bin. You know, it just occurred to me that this thing's got a flashlight, or it's got a light built in. So I guess we could have been filming much better. Oh wow, I wonder if I can get this whole piece up. That would be nice. See if I can carefully bring it over. Oh boy, hope I don't drop it. Okay. Let's break this chunk apart and see what we got in here. Yeah. There's some big lumps of food here that are surrounded by worms everywhere. Even though the light on the phone is on to film, it's probably not enough to really bother the worms. So maybe they won't retreat as quickly as they normally do when we're filming them. They look pretty content to me. As I zoom in, the light might be bothering them now. Alright, just leaves a little bit more material. I thought we were gonna come closer to filling that container up, but it looks like we should fit in there pretty nicely. Get the last couple handfuls moved over. Piece of corn. This is one of those more recently added pieces of corn. Usually the inside of this meaty section gets chewed up pretty quickly, so this is fairly fresh food. So I don't think this is going to require any feeding anytime soon. But I'll just add it to the normal schedule. It'll get food maybe at the next feeding. Maybe we could just use it here in the bin to provide cover a little bit. And we'll just pour over what remains. Not much left. And when we're done managing our bin, we just shut it, close it up, put it back on the shelf and let it go. What do you think, folks? Oops. Do you approve of the idea? Cardboard box, good idea, bad idea? Is it going to soak through up here? Is it going to start pouring out the sides? I hope not. Well, we'll see. Keep our fingers crossed and we'll see what happens. Once again, I appreciate any thumbs up or comments or anything, any interaction is always appreciated and welcomed. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.